We're doing an early Chelsea chop today on Pots and Trowels, and that's brought to you with the support of Cobra Garden and King Seeds. Hello and welcome to Pots and Trowels. Well, today I'm going to give this Nepeta a bit of a haircut. It's a process known as the Chelsea chop, and we normally do it around about the Chelsea Flower Show week, which is the third week in May, but here we are, it's not even mid-May yet, and I've decided to do it, and I'll explain why in a moment. But the Chelsea chop we can do on herbaceous perennials, so they're the ones that flower sort of mid to late summer. They die down in the autumn and the winter and then sprout back again in the spring and make the growth to flower on later on in the season. So we're looking at things like the Nepeta. You could do it on Rudbeckias, you could do it on the lovely phlox, you could do it on Salvia caradonna, all those that make that lovely flush of new growth. And the reason that we do it is because some of them can get very tall and flower a little bit earlier than we want them to. So by trimming them back by a third or a half, it then delays the flowering. They make bushier growth, so it reduces the height, makes them less prone to blowing over, and it means they flower later in the season. So it has lots of benefits, especially if you've got several clumps of the same perennial in the garden. You can stagger when they flower to get a longer period of bloom. So it's really useful to do. And the reason I'm doing it a little bit earlier on this Nepeta here, and this is one called Nepeta Walker's Low, which grows to about, usually about maybe 60, 70 centimetres high. It's flopped and it is just coming into flower, and you might think that's a bit of a shame to do it, but it does flower all season long, so it won't really do it any harm. But because we've had it very dry through March and April, it's just made the growth, but it's not got enough moisture in the stems to hold it, and it's flopped, and it's just left this centre here where it's completely hollow. And normally it makes a lovely dome. And we can see there's loads of growth coming there, so it's not going to do it any harm. So it looks quite brutal. So you can do it with secateurs or shears. On this one, I'm choosing the shears, and I am literally going to go round and get the shears and give it a really good trim. So it is quite hard, so as you can see, and what that will do then is put all the energy into this new growth. It will make a lovely, more compact dome, and it will flower in about another 6 to 8 weeks time, and then continue to flower all the way through the summer. So as you can see, I have cut this back quite hard. I said normally you'd do them a third or a half. Well, this one has gone back at least 3/4. So this is an exception. And I've domed it across like that. It's going to be absolutely fine because there are hundreds of tiny little shoots there just waiting to burst into growth. So that will now give us a nice compact plant and flowers, as I say, later on in the summer. The ground is very dry, so I'm actually going to give it a drink. I've got a little bit of liquid feed in this as well, because I just want to give it a boost. So just a good soak of the root area around there, and I'll probably do that again later this evening when it's cooled down, so that it's got a good moist soil. As you can see, it's so dry, the water's actually just running away before it has time to soak in. So I will probably come back and give that another soak later this evening. So now is the time to do it. And just over here, just to show you, you wouldn't go back that hard normally, but this is a Veronica growing here, which again flowers later in the summer. This is a lovely variegated one called Charlotte. If you wanted to delay flowering with this a little bit, I would probably cut that down to about there where my hand is. So nowhere near as hard. Take the shears in the next couple of weeks, give it a bit of a trim to there, or your secateurs, give it a water, and it will burst into growth. So if you are thinking of doing the Chelsea chop, it's a little bit early, but you could start now and do it really right the way through until the end of this month. thank you for watching Pots and Trowels, and remember that all the videos and the weekly podcasts that we do, you can find on YouTube where you can subscribe for free. We'll be back again with you next week, so until then, bye.